Hi everyone, this is GeoWill from Productions², and today I am working on the fourth developer's vlog for Space Crusade. A hell of a lot earlier than I usually do. The reason for that is because I wanted to kind of go through the whole proper way, the proper way to actually go about creating a program that has multiple systems like mine has. Well, we'll call them systems. Multiple major functions that work together to make the actual program as a whole. In software development, the way that software is usually developed is that you have what you call a system, which is the overall application, or a system of applications. It could apply to either one. In this case, it's going to apply to one particular application for this example. And what you do is you treat each individual function as its own application. So in other words, you're programming an application based on the design aspects of a system. So what you do is, as you go through, you take one function, you create that function to be standalone. So that can be plugged in on its own to any program that you might want to use in the future. This is what we call a module. So you create this module and you test it on its own, and to make sure it's bug free. And then you go through and make another module. Then you connect that module with the one you made before, and then test them together to make sure that they're not causing bugs while interacting with each other. And you keep doing this until you eventually have the full program, and then you test the program as a whole. That's really the way they would do it in a professional setting. And so I was, I don't know if the specific Nemoria video will be put up before this developer's vlog airs, but in one of the later Nemoria videos for a Nemoria walkthrough, I was talking about this, about the whole process and what I was going to do. And so what I'm planning to do now is I'm going to go through, take each individual system from the game, each individual function from the game, and build it into its own little small program that I can use to test it, to make sure that it works like it should be. And then it'll be using the actual data from the game, though. That's a key point there. But then I'll start trying to connect the two together and making sure that they work together. And then any changes I have to make, I'll transfer over to the actual game. Doing it this way would, in theory, increase the amount of, or decrease the amount of time it would take to make the game, but it's not really to my style for, making a game that I'm just doing essentially as a hobby at the moment. I am serious about making the game, but it's not, something that I'm looking at as from a professional, get the name of our group out, turn it into a game development studio kind of aspect. It's just kind of a fun project I'm taking on to see what happens. So let's go ahead and actually get into doing that. This developer's vlog will probably be covering several days, because it's not going to happen all today. So it's probably going to be a fairly extensive one. So I'm going to record the whole entire process here. But I wanted to get this out of the way earlier so I can get back into actually working on all the various parts. Where are you? Oh, down. So, the first thing we need to do is to decide which system we're going to work on first. So that's going to be what's going to be necessary right off the bat. That's to figure out what to work on first. Anticlimactically, might expect, okay, the player class, because that's, one of the most important classes. But no, I want to use something that's a little less complicated, because this also has other classes that use it, or that this uses, the mission and ship class, which also use other classes, and so that's kind of an involved process. Instead, I'd rather just stick with one small one here. Yeah, why not message? Holy crap. Stick with the message processing, so that's what's open right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to design a program that will use this class here and allow us to test it. So what we need to do, though, well, this still requires you to have the player class for some of these, or different classes for some of these. So I may not put every one of these into here just yet, but we'll use the ones that are class A specific. In other words, that don't use any other classes, but use just the this class and also the data system class. And we'll go ahead and create a program that will be able to do that. So G1, open up a new program, or new project. We'll call it Visual C++, Space Crusade. We'll do each one as an individual project within this solution file. We'll say, what to call it? Wouldn't be test bed, because we're not testing, we're not testing ideas, we're testing the actual systems themselves, functions themselves, so we gotta call it something else. This isn't a decision, damn it, let's see. So it's uber annoying trying to figure out names for these kind of things sometimes. Modularization, which is probably spelled wrong, but we'll just leave it like that because I'm cool like that. If a word's not in the dictionary, I'll create it. So I'm just that epic. We'll leave it as a console project, empty, finish. Alright, so rename to message processing. Alright, so we're going to need to add two header files. One's going to have to be message processing, obviously. So msg proc. And the other one's going to have to be data system, because we're going to need that data for this. And all of these are going to have the data system one in them, so it's not going to be just this one specifically. Data system. Alright, then for source files, new cpp main new sg proc and add new data system. Alright, essentially what we're just going to do with this now is we're going to just copy paste everything from these systems over to here. That's the CPP we have open. We need the H for message proc then. Alright, so data system. And I'm going to strip out everything that's not needed for this specific implementation of what we're going to be using it for. So missions, no. Well, actually, we'll need all these, because we'll just leave them here. Data system, let's grab the H, the header file here. everything else that we can't use at the moment. Let's see, yeah, like this one for instance, get rid of it. Or not get rid of it, but comment it off. That's the only one, I guess, so that has a problem. So that's fine. This is also going to be testing the data system too, this one will. Because we'll be using all these different functions here to make sure it's working. Anyway, so we got that. Message proc. .h. Again, comment off stuff we don't need. Any classes that require a class that we don't have the ability to send to it yet. So that'd be all of those. Everything else we can use, I think. Let's see, what was that one? Was the planet stuff. There's also a station. Interesting. I think those are the only ones that we have. These two are all the only ones that we had actually coded yet for data system. I could be wrong, let's check. Yeah, just those. So we'll have to comment off those other ones anyway though, because if we don't, it'll give us crap for not having it in there. I hadn't gotten rid of that stuff yet. It's from a hell of a long time ago. Let's see. I'll leave those in so we can test those. We'll need to add one in here to test the planet array, make sure it's working too. Let's see. Why am I initiating the planet arrays for? We shouldn't have to do that. Or maybe it's for, I guess it's for adding in. Okay, so that's fine. That can be done on an instance per instance basis. That's going to be for, I think, saving information from the game class as far as the saved data goes. So that can be done in an instance by instance thing. So don't have to worry about that. I was wondering if how to get rid of it or change it somehow so that it would wouldn't conflict with the way I have the class set up. String get. There's a question. Don't I already have one of those? At least I should have had one already, but didn't. So we'll add it there. Say planet array debugging. So that'll work there. Now let's just add this in the top real quick here. Void data system get p name We'll need random and range. I'll need to bring those over. New random Well, that's good then. So let's see, see random over there. Okay, good. We can close those now. Or no, wait, we won't use that here. That'll be from the other place. That's right. Instead, we'll just do what we usually do with this, with the codes and whatnot. I do have to check though. What's the name of this thing? This array here. We got planet names. So just planet names. Usually, if we just want p names, though, instead of having it all typed out, it's like that. Alright, so all the way bloody down. So we want to pass an int p code. So return p names p code -1. Really? Duh, it's supposed to be a string, not void. Idiot me. Data system string int p code. Okay, that should be fine over here now. Good. So, message processing. Actually, these we'll have to use too. That's the, yeah, these ones that we won't be able to. But we should use these ones definitely because they're having to do with the menus and such. Make sure the loops work and all that. Well, no, not loop. Well, let me see. There's one. I think there's one. Well, I don't even have it over here yet. So let's bring it over so I can work on it. And first of all, we need to go up here and cross out everything not gonna need. Actually, data system will stay. So just data system now, and message proc. ambiguous. What the frick? Using namespace std. Not sure what that whole error thing is about. Anyway, so I'm gonna close off the battle status. That's interesting. How come that one doesn't have a call for player or a pass to the player? It was when I was doing the instances. Yeah, that's what it was. I was taking it out. Let's go ahead and holy crap. That came out of nowhere. Excuse me. Alright. What the hell is with that? Count is ambiguous. Lots of that current. All it does is extend the complexity of the code. Shouldn't be a problem. So outside any function. So is it saying that that's not a function? Maybe that's it. It's not read this as being a function yet for some reason. I did the underscore right. The add message proc .h. msg underscore proc .h. Oh, it's not saved yet. Maybe that's it. Of course, IntelliSense hasn't updated yet either. Let's see if we can force it to. There we go, yeah. That was it. One, I hadn't saved the file yet, and then two, IntelliSense is being a pain in the ass as usual. Let's see. So what other? What the hell? Now it's back. Piece of crap. Oh, we'll deal with it later. Just doing it over here. No. Just there. God knows why, but it is. We'll figure it out, I suppose, later. What other ones did we take off here? So those three, MI, that's the return item info, and the last two for the station functions. So, whoops. Smitty 3. Again, yeah, see, it's not registering these as being actual, part of the class, which is stupid because they are. Okay, here we go. that one. Mission information. There's one other one though in the station. Yeah, this one. So actually we don't even need these because they're right one after another, so we just take those off. Just kill them off at the end here. Alright, next. Is that why? It's because there were classes that were not in the... That's weird. Why would classes that are commented off, or functions that are commented off in the header file cause other classes within this implementation file to have that issue? That is just weird. Never seen it happen before. Anyway, so we got our stuff here. Let's go over to main now, and we're going to say using, or wait, no, include. Damn it. IO stream. Include conio.h. Include msgproc.h. Include data system.h. Include windows.h. Let's see. Include cstd lib. Include, let's see how that works here. Using namespace std and int main. Alright, so that is what's supposed to be right time. Let's see, I'm missing something then. C time, huh? Yes, that's the one I'm missing. I knew I was missing one, I wasn't sure what it was, so. Include C time. Okay, let's see. Seed, random. Alright, so. This program is to test functionality of MSG processing and data system functions. This little note there. So, I'm supposed to go right down the whole thing here. Well, here's what we'll do. We'll do a for loop. Let's see, variable int I equals 0, and we'll say we'll just call it code. We'll use it for all different things. Alright, so what's going to happen now is we're going to say I equals 0. I as long as I does not equal 999 I plus plus, and you'll see why I did that in a second. So now what we want to do is go switch I case 1 case 2. Essentially what we're going to do is we're going to put each case is going to have a different function that it will test. What's going to happen now is that we're going to create a, let's add a file stream here. As well. We'll do some prototyping here. Void print file, and we'll pass to it a string message. Alright, so then let's close off main here. Void print file string message. So, how can we do this? Now we'll do is we'll return an int. Define, say, increment 1. So int. So what'll happen is that once we go through here, we'll pass an int through as well. Say file enum. And once we're done doing what we're doing with this, we'll return file enum plus increment. And that'll allow us to create a that's the thing. Do we want to just do it that way, or do I want to make it so that I can create a new file name as I choose to? Maybe we should just do it that way. Now we'll do it this way just because I don't have to go through and trying to figure out how to take a string and make it into that file name. But so if if I remember correctly, let's see, let's go to data, I believe, no, game, CPP. So yeah, OF stream, and open up an out file. Okay, so OFS equals, that's it's OFF, yeah, it's at the out file, my mistake. Out file D users gman desktop. See now, dynamic file name plus file stream plus C++. Interesting, C string, huh? So character string, I see. So actually, let's skip what I was going to do with that. Even though it'd be interesting to try that and do it with the actual, just creating the file name myself. So couch enter file name for this bug. So we will do this, define path D users gman desktop. So string file name Okay, then we need to combine the path with the file name. You know, we can do this a lot easier. Maybe not easier, but it could be better. Let's actually create a debug class. It'll be more interesting, for sure, if nothing else. Let's go ahead and create a debug class. Debug. And what's going to happen with this is that it'll be a class that we instance and create the bug report for. And then we can just use that, the data from that, in that function to write to the file instead of doing everything like that. I think it'll be a little bit easier. Everything will be able to be in the same area, won't have to deal with different scopes and whatnot. New item, CPP, debug. Alright, so fn-def debug.h define debug h class debug so void set bug name and say string oops, I need to do b name void set bug description string desk, or say bdesk, void set bug. Well, the description is going to be what the bug is. Bug class string b class. That's going to tell us. So let's see. Name of bug report. Description of bug. Class bug located in. Void set bug fix. String bfix. This is going to tell us now I won't use it, we'll use just these here. Okay, so now we have to do the get for these. This is also going to be kind of a rudimentary logging system as well. So it's actually probably a good experience for me to get this done, to do this, so that I can make a logging system to log errors in the game without having to hammer the player with error dialogues. So, string get bug name, string get bug description, string get bug class. We're also have to figure out a way to increment lines based on, I don't know what that's going to be interesting. We're going to move the print function over to here instead. That's what we'll do. Instead of having it be a prototype over here. It just makes sense to have everything in that same system there. Alright, so void string message. Print to file. Private string bug name, string bug desk, string bug class. Crap. Debug.h. Okay, so debug. Alright. Let's go ahead and add this to here as well, since that's going there now. And we can take the take that out and put it over here underneath the print to file. Void we're going to create a bool. And that's how we'll deal with that desktop. So we'll say path, I guess, for this. That is what's there, though. Path file. So string path equals let's see. There. Maybe I missed something here. OF stream. Oh, OF stream out. Oh, I see. Crap, I have it backwards, no wonder. So it should be OF out file stream. Duh. Crap. Did I get that wrong again? Oh, it's just OF stream. Well, apparently that's not going to work exactly the way I want it to. I see, so it doesn't treat defines as, well, let's go back a second. Maybe expected a interesting. Oops. So we'll do it that way. So I'm going to do it with just a define, but that's not going to work evidently. So now if not be printed to file, printed to file. Oh. There we go. Not returning anything either. Else. So there's going to be two different ways we're going to do this now. So, here's how this is going to work. So we're going to say out. Oops. OF. And then we're going to get bname, description, and bclass, all those. So get bname, bdesk, get bclass. Now, if it's already been written to, which we'll know by this, b printed to file equals true. And the actual complete version of this logging, I might actually figure out a way to tell if there's any text within the file. And then, if there is, to set this to true or false. Or to use that to determine in an if statement whether or not to continue or something like that. But for now, we'll just do it this way. Count. I'll put 2 spaces in there. Let's also, just for the sake of it, put in an int bug ID, and then we'll also use that. We'll use an increment here now. So bid plus increment.